Hey guys, welcome to another video, and I'm just going to be talking about all the movies that came out this week that I saw. I saw all of them, and just going to put all in one video because I just been very busy this week because I got work now, and just a lot of crazy stuff. I'm doing a lot of shopping, just me and Lindsay are doing a lot of planning and stuff for a lot of things, so I don't have a lot of time on my hands, but I'll be getting some pretty cool Christmas movie content out for you guys in the month of December. So look forward to that. But yes, I'm going to talk about the movies that came out this week, and I'm calling this video Mediocre Movie Week. And I know there was one big movie that most people really loved. I'll get to that last because I will fully say it's probably definitely above mediocre, but the rest of them are awful, like really bad or mediocre. So it all levels out to about mediocre if you put them all together. So I'll start with the very first one. That is House of Gucci. That was the first one I saw. And I did not like this movie. This movie's directed by Ridley Scott. And the movie stars Jared Leto, Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Al Pacino. And it's about the Gucci family and the lady that married into the Gucci family. Deals with crime, business, and murder and stuff like that. It's a story I never knew anything about, and honestly, after the movie ended, I really didn't care about to know anything about. I never really cared about the clothing label of Gucci, and I really didn't care about the story, apparently. I love watching movies that I never knew much of the story, and then after the movie was done, I'm like, whoa, I actually want to look into that. Like, that seems so fascinating. The history of that sounds so cool. I did that with actually 4v Ferrari. Like I looked into those characters and the Le Mans races and everything. But this one, the movie was so uninteresting and dull, and I didn't care about any person in this film. I just didn't give a fuck to research it 'cause I just didn't fucking care. The movie looks nice. It's got some nice production to it, but it's just a very mediocre Ridley Scott movie. I thought even the last duel, which I didn't even love, but I thought was decent, was much better than this film. I thought everyone gave a pretty obnoxious performance, very flashy, very a little over the top, a little goofy, very hammy. A lot of people praising Lady Gaga. I don't think she's amazing in this film. I thought her performance as Star Wars Born was incredible. This one, she's very hammy, very over the top in this movie. I didn't like Adam Driver. He was very bland. Jared Leto, the makeup's nice, but he sucks. Al Pacino is probably, like, I guess, my favorite by default, but even he isn't. This is not the caliber of Al Pacino that we all know and stuff, but the movie story isn't interesting. The writing isn't interesting. I thought it would lead to like an interesting climax at least, but the fucking climax fucking took forever and just drags. The whole movie drags and drags, and it's almost 3 hours long. It's dull, it's uninteresting, and I just didn't give a fuck about any of these characters. And just, yeah, it just goes down in the waistline as like one of those like shitty Ridley Scott, mediocre Ridley Scott movies. I'd give House of Gucci about a 5 out of 10. Maybe, yeah, I'd say a 5 out of 10, yeah, because at least it looks nice. It's very pretty. It's a pretty looking movie. Good scenery. There is one very funny moment in the film that actually got a huge laugh out of me, and it was very, very funny. I will fully admit it. It was fucking hilarious. And the music's nice too, but the movie doesn't work. So yeah, I would skip House of Gucci. Don't see it. Next is Resident Evil Raccoon City. This movie is trash. Oh my god, what a fucking terrible film. This movie is worse than a lot of the Mila Jovovich movies, and those movies are garbage. But at least those movies are funny garbage. They're like amazing how bad. This one is just bad. It's boring, it's bleak, and it tries so hard to like play this love letter to the Resident Evil video games that I love, and it fails. It fails. It puts a lot of the characters in it, like Claire and Leon and stuff, and they are awful. This is not Claire Redfield. This is not Leannis Kennedy. None of these characters are the characters from the video games. Just play the fucking video games. The stories make no sense. The zombies look like crap. The violence sucks. The visuals suck. The action sucks. The lighting is really bad. We're talking Alien versus Predator Requiem style lighting. The editing is shit. Everything in the movie is garbage. I hated everything about Resident Evil Raccoon City. I hated what they did with these characters that I love. I hated what they did with the story. I hated the action. I wanted the movie to fucking end 10 minutes into the fucking film. It is a garbage, horrible film. I think yes, like Resident Evil, like the final chapter and Retribution and Extinction or whatever the fuck, those are all worse made films. They're all really terribly made and really terribly acted, but some of them are just so goofy, they're almost fascinating to watch. There's nothing. This movie is just a cash grab and tries to please the Resident Evil fans, but this will just piss the Resident Evil fans off. It is an abomination. Resident Evil Raccoon City is a 1 out of 10. It is one of my least favorite films of the year. It is fucking trash. Don't see it. Now 8-Bit Christmas. 8-Bit Christmas. This movie was getting a lot of good reviews, so I was actually really looking forward to it. And it's about a dad telling a story to his daughter and how he got his Nintendo. That sounds cute. I will fully say this movie is not that great. And this movie is up my alley, too. I should like this movie. It's got Neil Patrick Harris, who I really enjoy. And it's about Nintendo, which I love. I love anything to do with Nintendo. It's a Christmas movie. I love Christmas and the season of Christmas. I should love everything about it, but I didn't. It's not funny. The movie's a comedy, and it's not funny, and it doesn't have heart like a Christmas movie should. And it tries very hard, tries to be that very manipulative Christmas movie, and tug at that heartstrings, and again, it tries to please the gaming culture and the gaming industry. And I think a lot of people will fall for it, but I just didn't. I didn't fall for its manipulation, its sappiness. I did not like this movie. I didn't mind Neil Patrick Harris, and I liked Steve Zahn's character. I thought he was kind of enjoyable. But every kid character, all the child characters, especially the kid who plays the younger Neil Patrick Harris, they're all very annoying. Especially the school douchebag that shows off his Nintendo to everyone. God, that kid was annoying. I wanted him to get, like, slapped in the face through the whole fucking film. It's not a very well executed film. The movie just keeps going back to modern time and the past time, and it doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel earned. It doesn't feel genuine. And even this daughter was like listening to his story the whole movie. This is the story we're listening to. She's just so uninterested in it. So she's like the audience watching it. I don't know. And I found like there's so many unlikable characters in this movie, and I just was not. I was not connecting to these characters into this story. And even the main kid, wants to get his Nintendo. Like, I feel bad, like, he wants to get his Nintendo. The movie is trying very hard to be a Christmas story. That's exactly the best way I can put it. It tries to be like a Christmas story. Because in a Christmas story, Ralphie is trying to get his BB gun. But they're like, "You'll shoot your eye out, kids." And the parents are supposed to be, like, the parents from a Christmas story. Like, they're overbearing and stuff. And the movie is almost a video game version of A Christmas Story, but A Christmas Story had that very funny humor, had the weird, the wackiness, the zaniness, and it was a funny movie. It was very weird in how it was filmed too. It was very dark at times as well. It was legit funny. This movie's not funny. It's not very well written, and it's just, I didn't laugh a single time. I was not connected to the lead character. I wasn't really connected to any of the characters. It's fun to see a couple, like, in the Nintendo nostalgia. They talk about all the great games that I even played as a kid. That was really fun and stuff. And it is a Christmas movie. I always love seeing a Christmas movie. But for me, it didn't work. I would personally recommend it, but a lot of people are seeming to like it. It's got a positive rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is fine, but I thought it was not that great. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Just like Hazuguchi. I don't know. It's not a fan. Now let's talk about Encanto. Encanto. Is it Encanto? Yeah. Encanto, I think it's actually called. Encanto is a new Disney animated musical. I was actually really looking forward to this movie. I thought this movie looked great, and it has Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine in the lead role. It talks about an interesting culture. It's got that culture to it, which is great. It looks beautiful, and honestly, that's the biggest praise I can give this movie. It's Disney. Every Disney anime film looks amazing. That's always a compliment I can give to all these Disney films. They look beautiful. And the songs, not all. Some are very generic and forgettable. Well, actually, most of them. But there are two really good songs in this movie that I really, really liked. And I liked the lead character, the main girl. Everyone else, I just could care less about, really. And again, they put a lot of that child comedy. Like, some Disney movies are so good with comedy, like really, really funny. Like I even thought like look at Toy Story, like those are very funny films, and look at like Aladdin and Lion King, they can be super funny, but also be a beautiful, breathtaking, animated, epic story. This one just, I don't know. I just was not getting invested. Again, this is just all personal right here. This is not facts I'm spitting at you. Just personal. I was not getting connected personally to the story, and just, I don't know. I found it just not that interesting. And with the exception of the breathtaking animation, a very likable main character, and a couple cool songs, the movie really didn't do it for me. I'm glad I saw it, but I'll never watch it again. It's not like one of these Disney films I gotta throw on every few months and be like, holy shit, that's fucking epic. I don't know, just it fell by the waystlines for me. I know a lot of people are praising it and loving it. That's fine. That's all cool. That's all fun and well. I could see kids really enjoying this and getting connected to it, and to the story, and to the amazing songs that they think are amazing. I loved Moana a lot more than this, and Tangled and stuff. I think those are much better films, but the movie is fine. I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't think it has a bad message, and I don't think it's like this like abysmal movie. I can see why people like it. Just personally, I was not a fan. Just a personal thing. I like its style, I like its animation. It's beautiful to look at. I like the main character, and I like a couple songs, but the story didn't really grab me that much. The jokes weren't that funny. The side characters weren't that funny. And there's like an antagonist sort of in the way, and I don't like the antagonist either. I don't know. Just I didn't get on board with this. It's not my thing. I'd give Encanto, sorry, for fucking up the title. I give Encanto a 6.7 out of 10. It's fine, it's enjoyable, but not for me. That was my quick little reviews for all the movies that came out this week. I'm sorry that I didn't really give much positivity. I know everyone's been like, oh my god, positive J, it's amazing. Sorry to be negative again, but I'm just, I can't help but how I feel. Like, I just don't like this shit. Hopefully West Side Story's good. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, in the comment section, please tell me what your thoughts and opinions on all the films I talked about. Did you agree with me? Did you not agree with me? Let me know in the comments. Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.